So I recently learned that when you're listening to Lost in the World by Kanye while your fucking coffee machine is like at the peak of its coffee making career, right? It creates such like a creepy, ominous sound and like atmosphere, like just at the crescendo of the song, while like the coffee maker's just fucking. But like we got the cup of Joe. Oh yeah, got the Godzilla t-shirt. Got the Godzilla mug. Fucking got him. Toho, where is my sponsorship? Where's my sponsorship? In other news, Brendan Fraser. So I'm not like a huge fan. I guess I would be a fan. I'm a fan. You know what? I'll go ahead and say it. I'll own that shit. I'm a fucking fan. But I never really go out of my way to watch his movies or anything like that. Like I've seen him in some movies. Always seems like he brings a good performance to the table, no doubt. And over the years, I've seen like a lot of wholesome shit come up from like him, just kind of like bloopers and interviews and like stuff like that. And he just seems like a really wholesome, like chill dude. You know, he's just a fucking goofball. But as a lot of people know, he went on a hiatus. He's been gone for roughly 10 years, like it's close to a decade. Has been laying pretty low. I mean, he's been going through a lot of like physical health issues, mental health issues. And on the physical side of it, it stems from him doing his own stunts. Like just over the years, just constantly performing these really rigorous stunts has just led to so many physical injuries that have required like countless surgeries to just fix everything. He's partially replaced his knee. He's had to remove part of his spine, which to me sounds fucking crazy. And he didn't even do it once, he did it twice. I mean, in his own words, he said by the filming of the third Mummy movie, he was just covering himself and creating an exoskeleton for himself so he could do his stunts every single day he was, filming stunts for this movie. That's the shit that these people go through. I mean, that's why you don't see a whole lot of Hollywood actors doing their own stunts, It's Brendan Fraser, Jackie Chan, fucking Willem Dafoe. All these people are rare breeds because it's such a dangerous thing to be performing your own stunts. And when you're dedicated to a specific role, you don't want to get permanently injured because then how are you going to play that role? Any actor, anybody in Hollywood who does stunts, like mad respect to them, first of all. But then he also had a lot of mental health issues, and those stemmed from, some of the more normal life things that happen. He went through a divorce, which I'm sure was pretty bad. I mean, what divorce isn't? His movies started performing a lot worse in like the box office. His mother passed away. That's always just a difficult fucking thing to go through. Like I can't even imagine. Shout out to mom. But then like the icing on the cake, he got sexually assaulted by Philip Burke, who's some fucking president of some fucking Hollywood shit. Come on now. We calling him out by name on this. Me and my homies? Nah, we dissing on that. Nah, that's kind of sus, bro. This shit happens in Hollywood a lot, where like people get sexually assaulted or just treated fucking horribly. But yeah, with all of that happening, he started feeling like really responsible for his own decline. Like he was putting all of this pressure onto himself. I mean, with the movies doing worse, he felt like, oh, maybe I'm just not bringing what I should to the table. Maybe I'm just not bringing what I should to the role. So like, he put that on himself. And then with the sexual assault thing, he started blaming himself as well, as a lot of assault victims do. Please, if you're a victim of sexual abuse, it's not your fault. Like, it's just not your fault. Like, don't put that on yourself. You've gone through enough as it is. Like, dead ass, don't put that on yourself. And I've seen a lot of people do it. A lot of people fall into that trap. But then when he finally spoke out. Spoke out. Spoke out. I was stuck between saying spoke out and spoke up. So we're just gonna go with spoke out. So he called him out on it. I'm not sure what the time frame was. Like, he might have waited a while. A lot of people do, because it becomes so hard to speak out about these kind of things. Like, you're just kind of like, like that's so personal. That's such a, weird thing. How do you even talk about this? A lot of people find it very difficult. But eventually, he gets the word out there, and then all of a sudden, where's Brendan Fraser? You know what I mean? He's struggling. His movies are struggling. He comes out about this. All of a sudden, he's not landing big roles in Hollywood anymore. And he really just blames himself so bad. And he ends up in this just really bad spell of depression and just bad mental health. And so eventually, after, having enough of this, he decided it was time to quit. It was time to back out. So that's what he did. He took a step back from Hollywood. And he just said, you know what? I'm going to focus on my health, my physical health. I'm going to get that straight. I'm going to get my mental health as straight as I possibly can. And I'm going to focus on being a father and just really getting my shit together, not on a professional level, but on a personal level. And so that's pretty much what he's been doing for the past decade. He's just been, taking that time to himself to focus on himself. And you can definitely see like the effects that like everything's had on him. He's gained a lot of weight, no doubtably, because of all the mental stuff going on and because of the physical side of it as well. You cannot underplay how much that the physical limitations of his body, because of the stunts that he's done and the injuries he's sustained, it makes your activity level, like your physical activity level, go from up here to just down here. And of course, you're going to gain weight like that. But, I mean, he still look hot as fuck, though. Not going to lie. So, but he has started to make some small returns here. He's been doing, some side roles in TV shows. And he's been kind of staying out of the spotlight. But he's still doing a little bit of work, still making that bread. Gotta pay the bills, you know what I mean? But his biggest role yet seems to be this new movie coming out called The Whale. It releases on December 9th, so it hasn't come out yet, but he plays a really big role. He's like this English teacher who's dealing with, he's towards the end of his life, and he wants to make things right with his daughter and whatnot. So pretty tried and true story, kind of a redemption arc, and in a way, maybe it mirrors Brendan Fraser's own redemption arc that he sees within himself, which is undoubtedly maybe one of the reasons that he might have taken the role in the first place, I mean, he could have just wanted the money and needed to pay the bills. Recession time. So even though the movie hasn't released yet, there have been early audiences that have been able to see the movie. And recently, where this story is all coming to a head here, he went to a Toronto Film Festival or something like that. It was in Toronto. Since early audiences have seen the movie, they've already given him an award for the movie, because apparently he's done phenomenally well. I mean, as Brendan Fraser does. And I saw this video of him getting the reward not too long ago. I saw it like a couple days ago, I believe. And he gets a 6-minute standing ovation. Like, they're just sitting there applauding for 6 straight fucking minutes. Like, luckily there were no Celtics fans present, so nobody was there to diss on the applause. But God, that was fucking crazy. But yeah, just fucking clapping 6 straight minutes. Brendan Fraser's getting all teared up. He's like, damn, dude, like, this is a big moment for me. I mean, I assume that's kind of what's going through his mind. And so, he gets up there, he receives the award. You can tell he's just getting all choked up about it. I mean, the amount of support that he's getting for this is wild. And it didn't just stop at this film festival in Toronto. It extended out into the internet. And a lot of people online were saying, oh my God, Brendan Fraser, he's making a return. My fucking baby daddy's coming back, yes. And everybody is just sharing a lot of the Fraser love. And it's just such a wholesome story to see. Like, he's getting so much support all over Facebook, all over Twitter, some on YouTube, like here, like this video. Like this video. If you like it. Like it. A really nice story, and I think it was just something that I wanted to go through. You know, I kind of wanted to give an overview of like the journey that he's been going through, because it is a tragic one. I mean, the man's gone through a lot. He's starting to be back on the rise, and he seems to be in a bit of a better place mentally and career-wise and stuff. It's just a really wholesome story that I felt, you know, you don't see a lot of it. I mean, a lot of times with Hollywood, it's just a lot of scandals. It's a lot of negative stories, negative shit just being thrown out there constantly. And so it was really nice to see something so positive just kind of come out of Hollywood. And it's not even Hollywood either. Like I said, they could be blackballing him. You never know. They might still be blackballing him. But like the support from the fans and the people that just absolutely love him, because he's a very likable guy. Like, he's a very wholesome dude. He just, like, you can't get any better than that. So absolutely nobody on this earth deserves a win more than this guy. And I'm glad he's getting it. So yeah, I think that's about it for this. I just wanted to share that because, like, you know, positivity. Spread it around. Do your fucking due diligence, you bunch of heathens. I know you have some sins to amend for. And, hey, if you like the video, like and subscribe. I promise you, the more support I get, the better the videos can be. And the better the videos are, the more entertained you guys are. So with all that being said, knock your ass out. Bye.